So, I'm gonna make it real quick and simple. We're talking about how to take nighttime portraits, and yeah, that's it. Let's get right into it. Nighttime portraits are different. You don't have the light to work with, you don't have any of the cool natural surroundings using light like the shadows or anything creative like you want to do like that. And your camera settings are going to be very different. So it's just a different process throughout. But it's not that hard and we're going to get through it together. So, real quick and simple, the first thing that you need to do if you're taking nighttime portraits is shoot in RAW. Now, I hope a lot of you guys already know this, and you probably should shoot in RAW for everything that you do, not just nighttime portraits. But if you're not already shooting in RAW, put the camera in RAW. It will save you a bajillion-ness time. Now, other camera settings that you need to kind of look out for is your shutter speed and your ISO. You want to put your camera in manual mode when you're taking nighttime portraits because your camera might do a little weird things at night. So when you're taking portraits, you need an in-focus sharp picture of a person, and people tend to move, as you probably know. So you want your shutter speed at least to 1/100th or 1/80th. That's what I found best with my 85mm lens, so that you can let enough light in but still be fast enough to not have too much motion blur. Then the last and most important aspect at night time is your ISO. Now, if you don't know what ISO is, it is a number in your camera that the higher you make it, the brighter your picture will be. Now, you may be like, oh, that sounds great, just turn the number all the way up. But the higher you turn your ISO, lower the quality of your image is going to be. There's going to be a lot of noise, a lot of color distortion, and you just don't want all that. So in reality, you want to keep your ISO as low as possible. But in certain situations when there's really no light and you're trying to keep the shutter speed high enough, then you really have no choice but to increase the ISO. So you do it very carefully and experiment with your camera because different cameras have different ISO capabilities. So just try things out and see how it works. And really the ultimate goal is to find a perfect balance in between these three aspects. So my next tip is to actually not take pictures in the dark. You may be like, what did he just say? Did he say don't take pictures in the dark? But this whole video is about how to take pictures in the dark? No. Okay, so listen. This is how to take pictures at night, right? So just because it's nighttime doesn't mean you can't have light. I wouldn't ever suggest taking pictures in the pure dark. It's just not gonna work out and you'll have to use flash, but I don't really like using flash, so I'm not gonna go into that. But what I like to do is introduce light. Sure, it's nighttime outside, but that doesn't mean you can have light. This neon light right here, that's a great source of light in the dark. It can illuminate your face and it can add colors to your picture, make it unique, make it cool. But that's not it. You don't only have to use neon lights. You want to just go out and find places that have light. Street signs, neon signs, car headlights, lights from buildings, lights from the city lights. And then there's also your phone light, a light on your phone. If there's really nothing else, you can always put the light on your phone. But not only do you want to have light on your subjects to brighten their face and have light on them, but you also want to have light in the background. City lights in the building, bokeh. Bokeh is really what you want. And neon bokeh is like really fun to play with. So when I went to the fair of last September, this was really fun. This is literally what I did the whole time. It's just played with the neon bokeh in the background because there was so many lights in the background and there was some light in the foreground. So basically what I'm saying is have light on your person and have light behind your person. Nicely. But I'm going to take you into how I edited this one picture. I used Photoshop, and this is like a cool technique that I like to use, that I just like found. I don't think it's a professional technique, but I think it's really fun and I think you might like it. So what we're gonna do is first of all open our picture in Photoshop. So I have this raw file, so I'm just gonna open it up. It's gonna open in Camera Raw in Photoshop, right? So you want to do your basic adjustments, camera raw adjustments, just okay. And then once you finish your basic adjustments, you just want to press open and open it into Photoshop. So this is the trick I'm going to show you. So it has to do with these lights in the background, okay? So the lights in the background they're a cool color, I like it, but I think they could be cooler and enhance the picture a lot better. So this is what we're gonna do. Okay, come over to the selection tool and come up and press select subject. It's gonna automatically select your subject or your the person in the picture, right? So it's gonna take a second, but there you go. You can clean it up if it messed up anywhere, but usually it does a pretty good job nowadays of getting your mask selected properly. But then what you're gonna do is you're gonna come down here and change the output to new layer. Okay, and then you're gonna press OK, and then you're gonna have just the subject outlined and no background. But if you come over here, make sure to unlock that, and there you go. So now you have the picture that you started with. Nothing's changed, but your subject is masked out of the background. Okay? Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go down here and pick Hue Saturation. Okay? And then it's going to, I opened it into the middle of both of these two layers. So it's on top of our background layer, as you see here. Right? It's on top of this layer. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna press this button here, and what this does is it applies all the adjustments we make here only to this bottom layer. So only to the background, only to our lights, not our model. Okay? So what we can do now is literally go in and change the hues of these colors. We can press colorize, and that's a totally different look. And I actually use this colorize feature for the picture that you saw in the thumbnail, so I'll pop it up here. But for this picture here, I'm not going to do colorize. I just want to kind of change the colors a little bit, and as you see, we kind of did that here. We did a good job, and I like how the colors look in the background. You can see the before, this was what the colors look like, and after, this is what the colors look like. But now we have a problem because our ground is red, and that's not real, but it's a very simple fix. All you have to go is come over here to the eraser tool and simply erase away just the ground from that layer, and just do it kinda, we have a line right there, so then boom, we're good. This is what it looked like before, and now we have some like a cool colors. Okay, what's up guys? So it is now the next day. This is actually the end of the video. I just wanted to come out here and give a shout out to the winner of my photo competition, Herschel Thaker, with this shot. It was the winner of the photo competition. I held it over on my Instagram and TikTok, so if you're not already following me there, make sure to go follow me for future competitions that you can take part in. And also go follow Herschel. He has amazing work like this. But yeah, so that is going to be the end of the video. Go like and subscribe and comment and blah blah blah.